Hickory. I'm Jacob, and with me today down there is Caz from BlockheadUK. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
All the way over in England, I believe.
That's
Yes.
correct, yes.
Oh, yes, it is. And Caz is a friend of the channel and has been for years. I'm actually fairly certain you were one of my first subscribers, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably in the first 50, I would guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's something I thought as well. Around 50. Yeah, that seems right. And we met once on the SFW, I think a couple of years
Yep.
ago,
Mhm.
when you were there with your Microscale City.
2019?
2019, which was also the year where you displayed your Microscale City at the Lego house. So you are a master builder because you were in the master builder gallery. So
thank you very much.
I clap at you. I clap at you.
Indeed, that's all true.
It's all true. I hope so, because if not, I saw lies at the Lego house when I was there, because I actually saw those houses or the Microscale City that you put up, which was,
yeah,
I
they were
liked
there
it.
2 years rather than just the one due to the pandemic.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe there was a drop off in the amount of people who saw it.
I don't know. I mean,
in the middle.
The house was actually closed for some months anyway, so that's why one of the reasons why they extended it in the first place. The other reason was the people that would have been coming in, most of them couldn't still travel in at the end of 2020.
Yeah, I see.
And rather than just sending the models over, part of the whole experience is to be invited over so that you can set your models up in the gallery and be treated like a VIP for the day and all the rest of it. And of course that wouldn't have happened. So we got extended for another year.
Sure.
So my models came out at the end of September 2021. And people still weren't traveling that much. So the people who were supposed to be coming in 2020 are actually coming in this September.
Yeah.
And the 2021 to 22 year has been filled with models made by people who actually work at Lego, who aren't necessarily designers, but they're all in Billund.
I didn't know that.
They're all local.
That's
so
interesting.
People who are, PR executives or I don't know, people that help the other executives or people that work in the factory or whoever.
Yeah,
they've just built models themselves. So.
And how did you? Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm building the Lego Creator Diner. What are you building? Anything right now?
I'm going to be building the story of Nyan, however you say it.
Nyan. Is it with a Y or an I?
It's with an I.
So that's I'm thinking Nyan, but I am not Chinese, so I wouldn't know.
No.
No, but tell us how did you? I mean. It's not for everyone to get selected for the Master Builder display room. How did you manage to get, to that point where you could actually display your stuff at the Master Builder Lego?
Well, I visited Lego House in February 2019.
Sure.
And it was great because there was hardly anybody there. I had the place to myself almost. Off season. And I went to the Masterpiece Gallery and saw the amazing models that were in there at that point. And it never occurred to me that it would be something that I would be able to do, let alone aspire to. And I'd really got no idea how the people that were in there then were selected.
No, all right.
But shortly after that, I went back home. I only went for the day, so it was a bit of a flying visit, literally. And I'd been a member of the London Adult Fans of Lego London Raffles for 2 years almost by then. And what happens is the folks that run the exhibition, so Stuart Harris and the other people that run the exhibition in the Lego House, they ask on the LAN, which is the Lego Ambassador Network, which is the online sort of space that Lego uses to communicate with not only the Lego user groups, but also Lego fan media and all that kind of stuff. And they put out a general call every year for the ambassadors, as they're known, the folks that are. So Richard is my ambassador as part of London AFOLs.
All right.
They asked all of the ambassadors to nominate people who they thought were good builders, and to basically submit a portfolio of images, which Richard put out a general call at one point, and I ignored it because I thought, well, there's no chance I'm going to get there, so didn't do anything about it. And then shortly before the closing date, he sort of prodded me and said, you've got some good stuff. What are you going to put anything together? So I said, well, one of the things I do anyway, generally, is when I build something, I'll take lots of photographs of it.
Yeah.
For my own records. Yeah. So all the photos were already there.
Oh yeah, sure.
On Flickr, and all I needed to do was sort of curate them into one central album and say, okay, this is my
portfolio
stuff.
Okay.
So I sent Richard the link and thought no more about it for several months. And then I get a surprise email from somebody else on the LEGO Ambassador Network saying, we'd like you to come and invite you to display your work in Billund. And I'm like, at that point, I got this email, I was sort of reading slowly down it, not quite believing what was going on. And, when I first sort of read the opening paragraph, I thought, oh, it's probably in one of the, because there are many places that AFOLs can exhibit within the
sure.
The Masterpiece Gallery is obviously the most prestigious, and it's the one that you see at the top of the stairs when you go up there.
Sure.
But there are also other places like in the various cabinets and cupboards all around the place for different themed areas. And I kind of thought, well, it's Micropolis, which is my microscale microscale city. I kind of assumed that it would be going to be in one of the cabinets, which was near maybe the world builder or whatever they call it. There's a place where you can build architectural bits anyway within the house.
Yeah, there's
it'd be one of those cupboards, and of course,
I
said, oh no, it's the Masterpiece Gallery. I'm reading further down the email, going, what?
What? That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so it was a big surprise. Obviously, a massive honour.
So you sent that portfolio of sort of expecting not to hear any more of it.
I did, yes, but they were clearly.
And then you ended up displaying there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So, do you have any plans of submitting something for another round of, display things?
No, in a word, because I've done my thing now. I don't see any point in me being in there again.
No.
I'd rather leave the opportunity for somebody else to take up.
All right.
And I've got plenty of other places where I show at shows and all that kind of thing. So. I mean, sure, if they specifically said, oh, we'd like to display model X, Y, Z in the house somewhere, I wouldn't say no, but I'm not going to go courting that again, because I don't think it's sort of the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing to leave the opportunity for other people to be able to take up, really. So
not even if it's something else than your Micropolis?
I mean, maybe, but I kind of think, when you've done it once, it's not quite like athletics or whatever, where you might want to be world champion for many years on the trot.
Sure.
I've got my gold medal and I'm happy, so I don't feel any mad need to do it again.
Okay, I see that. That makes sense to me, at least. So finally, I can now start opening bags, which is a big step in doing this, isn't it?
Mm.
So, are you still building Micropolis stuff?
Yes, I am.
Yes, and I know you have
forever.
Sorry?
Seems. Always and forever, it seems.
Always and forever. And I remember you having. I think when we did an interview a couple of years ago at the SFW, and I remember you having, was it 70 units of Micropolis scale.
Something like that, yeah. I've probably got, I think I've got the equivalent now of about 110 base plates. So 110 32 by 32, like you've got in front of you there.
Yeah. All right.
So that's almost, I think I'm over 300 different individual models now, but some of those are a quarter of a base plate, so they would fit together to make the whole.
Okay, and how long do you take to crank out one of these?
Very much depends. I mean, sometimes it's quite quick. It's about an hour, hour and a half. Other times it takes many more hours than that.
Many more hours.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the longest time it's taken is probably about 3 or 4, but
is there any one particular you're sort of especially fond of?
Yeah, I think my favorite would probably, well, like any artiste, the favorite is the last one that you've built.
Sure.
But no, I think my favorite is probably the Air and Space Museum. That was one of the ones that was shown in the Masterpiece Gallery. Partly because it kind of reflects my love of classic space, which, you know, has never really gone away.
Yeah, sure. So it's dark blue and has those yellow windows.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I think I lost a piece.
Look harder, Jacob. Look harder.
It's not a problem. I can see it from here.
Mr. Mayo Hosco's here. Hello, Mayo.
Hello, Mr. Mayo. I'm loving the progress on your railway station mock. Thank you very much, Mayo Hosco. And today with me is Caz from BlockheadUK, and we're talking a bit about her Micropolis, which has been displayed at the LEGO house, which is quite an honor, I understand, and I think it's very impressive. What's the next Micropolis build you are thinking of?
Well, the most recent one that I've done is actually a station. It's not a station for an underground train, but it's an underground station, if you know what I mean. Sometimes sure. The city terminus is below ground, isn't it? And the reason I've built it below ground is for 2 reasons, really. One is, if I build it below ground, I don't then have to build the tracks, enough tracks to span the whole of my layout, which is a lot. I can just pretend that it's all underground.
That's smart. I like that.
I might do one more lot of track that sort of is still underground but visible rather than being covered by buildings.
Yeah, but I like that idea. I mean, that's actually a thing that's been interesting me. I've found interesting ever since I started, building a Lego city. The underground part of a city, how can you manage to include that in one way, shape, or form? And I've yet to come up with a great idea, but I think that would be interesting. It would be an interesting approach to do that, to have that in your Lego city. But I've yet to come up with a good idea for how to do that.
Have you seen Jarv Bricks? Is a city on Instagram.
Yes, I have. He also has a YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
he's got his underground stations under the table, which
that's true. And
so once you built your pile of shame that are currently sitting under the table, you'll be able to make.
We don't talk about the pile of shame.
mine's in a cupboard. It can't be seen. It's fine.
That's good. Yeah, you could put, and I believe Robin Hood Bricks has also he's also got something underground, or at least more or less simulated.
Yes, he has. Yes,
something inspired by the old 90s grey passenger train, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, I've now completed step 1.
Well done.
We've been doing this for 15 minutes almost, so that's
Carry
good.
on. I'm on step 16, but then I've only got a couple of pieces on each, so.
Yeah. Well. So Micropolis is going great, and you're still doing it. What? At what point do you think you would stop making Micropolis builds?
The sensible answer to that would be when I've run out of room, but I've already run out of room, so that's not happening.
I've run out of room twice.
I don't know. I was thinking to myself the other day, one of these what-if conversations sometimes have with yourself. That
sure. Yeah.
What if I had to get rid of all of my Lego except one theme or one thing? Yeah. What would I keep?
That sounds dangerous.
It does, and much though I love building minifig scale stuff, be it habitats or for my city.
Yeah.
I think I would have to say I'd keep the Micropolis, because that's the bit that kind of got me back into it properly. And, you know, it was the stuff that was on display and all the rest of it. And every time I walk past it on the shelf downstairs, it kind of makes me smile. So why not?
Yeah, so that makes sense to keep that one, I think. If it makes you smile, why not?
Exactly.
It seems weird not to.
But I do have some possible radical plans for this bit up here, though, upstairs.
This bit up here?
This room up here.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah.
Have a little tour, shall we? So normally,
so I can do stuff with camera so people can actually see.
So normally behind me. Oh no, we're back on your build camera there.
There we go.
Normally behind me there's what I dubbed to be Old Town.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the conventional bit where there's some modulars that I like. There used to be more train track than there is now, but
sure,
only a little bit there. Only a couple of mock modulars over there. Trying to keep it upright. And my a bit of lovely monorail.
And who doesn't enjoy a good monorail?
Indeed. And then over this shoulder, there's one or two modulars up on that shelf as well. She says, "Excuse me, wobbly camera."
No, it's fine.
Over this shoulder here, it used to be the whole of my Ninjago district on these tables.
Yeah.
But they got really, really dusty and horrible. So they were so dreadful, I had to take them downstairs, each one, and dust them out in the garden because they were so bad.
And you have quite a lot of those, don't you?
I do. So that was 4.5 base plates deep and about 7 wide.
7 wide.
7 base plates wide. Wow. That area there.
And you have one module for each.
Well, yeah, kind of. Now, what I'm thinking is, going back to the whole thing making you happy. This doesn't make me unhappy.
Oh, that's good.
But it doesn't make me happy as happy as this lot does. It's currently all downstairs, set up on a couple of trolleys that move around.
Right. So Ninjago City is more to your liking, it seems.
Yeah. So what I might do is I might be able to shuffle a few things elsewhere in the house so that the modulars just sit on a shelf like this. Nothing special, but just, you know, they're on display. But
yeah.
Not doing anything else with them. And then use this for more Ninjago. Now, quite what to do and how. I mean, if I'm doing Ninjago, I don't actually have to use the raised area at the back. On the other hand, when I'm doing live streams like this, or I frequently run virtual workshops from here as well, it makes a really good background being up high.
Indeed.
And if it was all on the table, which is sort of below waist height here, you wouldn't really see much of it.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm kind of thinking I might well keep the retaining wall, which runs all the way along here and is brick built. You know, the thing it's sitting on is not Lego, but there's a retaining wall around the edge that is.
Sure.
And then just put, my current thinking is possibly, I've got a base, 3 base plates wide by 1.5 deep. That has got watery Apocalypseburg. So that's my Apocalypseburg I've put onto a watery base plate that would go with the rest of Ninjago.
Ah, I see. I see Mayo Hosco has, sorry to interrupt, but he has a goal for the rest of the month to finish binge watching all of BlockheadUK's Micropolis. Every now and then I'll watch 5 minutes worth in between people's live streams.
Yes, I do keep getting these lovely comments from you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and Journal of the Scots says, hello, happy bricking and cool Lego sign. Hello, Journal of the Scots. Thank you for dropping by. Yes, it is a cool Lego sign. We actually had a bit of fun with that just before we came on, because it seemed that our cameras were inverted. So it was Ogel, which is, of course, the upside down off-brand Lego thing.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed. But I interrupt you. I'm sorry. It's 4:50 a.m. in South Australia. Have a good live stream and good night, everybody. Yeah, good night, my friend.
Night.
Sleep tight. That seems awfully early in the morning.
Yes.
So you were saying about your Ninjago city. You are thinking of expanding your Ninjago district.
Yes, because I've got to the stage where I hadn't built anything for it for months because I basically got no more room. I got loads of ideas, but nowhere to put it.
Oh.
And this is even after having expanded to places that it really shouldn't have gone. Elsewhere in the house.
Oh, isn't that just typical?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you know, I was chatting briefly about this sort of thing on Ruth's live stream earlier. I wasn't a guest; I was just on the chat.
Yeah, sure.
And you know, if I need more room, I may well just dismantle some of the modulars, the official ones.
Sure.
Because I've got instructions on how to put those back together.
Indeed.
Whereas I don't have instructions how to put any of my own mocks back together.
Oh, you would have to go back to your old videos or something.
And I'm so what's the word? I can't take them apart anyway. I very rarely take anything apart.
So is that an emotional thing, or is it your ability to take stuff apart?
No, I'm perfectly capable of taking things apart.
I just
don't want to. They're my babies. Why would I take them apart?
Indeed. Why would you ever? I mean,
yes.
when I moved house, you know, taking everything apart was, you know, it felt like, you know, that's a shame. You put so much effort into building all that, and then you just have to take it all apart.
Yeah. But you know, I suppose there's the school of thought that says, well, your building abilities move on and techniques move on, and you can now use the bricks for building something even better, which I get.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm still not capable of doing it.
No, I don't. Definitely my abilities have improved. So that would be reason enough to break it all down. But you know, still, you put effort into it. It's not like you just, you know, close the eyes and then just go blah, 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 and there's something. You know, you do, and you think, and you spend time thinking, and you wake up in the middle of the night with an idea or something like that. You know. So and that's that whole process. So taking it all apart for one reason or another, you know, it seems wrong.
Yeah.
Seems wrong.
Solbrick says it's 21:22 in Sweden. It's the same time in Denmark and an hour less than that in the UK.
UK, so you are at 20:23.
I am.
But hello, Solbrick. Good to see you, my friend. It's been a while since I checked out your channel, Solbrick, and I'm sorry about that. I used to enjoy your videos. A very creative city Solbrick has. Does a lot with very small spaces too. That's always interesting. It's always very interesting. So, is there a themed Ninjago mock that you can't wait to get on with? You can't wait to start building.
Well, I've just finished one that I did a review for New Elementary of the big Main Street building, the big Friends set.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
And I built a couple of mocks for the article. One was a habitat and one was a Micropolis, the station. But there's obviously still lots of bricks left. And I rather liked some of the sort of apartment buildings. And I realised that my Ninjago district didn't have much accommodation. There were loads of cafes and shops and things, but not much accommodation. So I thought I would build, I would expand a couple of the apartment blocks because they're only on 16 by 8 base plates. The original set, there's no back on anything. So I made those bigger, but then I also used the base of the corner shop and added some extra bits, very similar extra bits, so that I got a double fronted corner shop. And I started building that on a base plate, not a base plate, on proper plates, because that was going to be the upper level of a Ninjago block.
Mm.
And then the accommodation was on top of that, further up the stack type thing. So normally when I build a Ninjago block, I start at the bottom and work upwards.
Yeah,
but this one I built the double fronted shop first.
Sure.
And for ages I've been keeping and saving loads of mini dolls from when I get sets to review. I don't have mini dolls in my city particularly. So what I normally do is steal the hair.
Yeah.
So I've got some nice hair pieces for my
minifigs. Yeah.
And then I got loads of bald mini dolls. But
Me too.
Some of the clothing on these mini dolls is actually really nice and really lovely prints.
That's true, yeah.
I've had 1 or 2 princess sets. There's been beautiful flowing dresses and all this sort of thing. So I thought, well, it would look a bit, I don't know, weird, but it's probably not the right word. But what if I use bald mini dolls as mannequins in a boutique for the minifigures?
I see.
So I built the boutique, the magenta boutique, as I called it, for the mini dolls to be in and be useful for something, albeit bald. But a lot of mannequins don't necessarily have hair if they're in that sort of shop, do they? They make a statement by sort of having bald mini mannequins kicking around. And then the other thing I'd wanted to do for a very long time, but didn't have anywhere to do it, was a chocolate shop. So
wouldn't want to.
Yeah. When I did a review a while back for the Candy Castle stage, the video set.
Yeah.
And that had this waterfall piece. You probably can't see it. Let me get the camera.
We'll just do a switcheroo here.
This waterfall piece here, the curved window.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
They had that in reddish brown as a chocolate fountain thing.
Okay.
So I used that, and then there's the chocolate piece that looks like the top of a cake with drips down the side of it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I have a chocolate shop with chocolate fountain in it.
Mm.
So that went down in the lower area. Eventually I got around to building the base of it. So the chocolate shop one side, there's a little footbridge in the middle. There's a bank that's about to be robbed on the right hand side that was built from some other city set that had got a bank and robbers in it.
All right.
And then the boutique is on the main sort of upper level where all the balcony part is.
Sure.
And then there's more minifigure accommodation above that. So that's the latest one.
So so as far as I understand, it's done.
That one is done, yes.
Yeah. Will you be doing a video presentation of it, or is that out the window?
Videos are a sore point, really. I mean,
yeah.
I'd like to do videos again, but there's so much work compared to just having fun building things.
Yeah, I get that.
So I've kind of lost the mojo for doing videos. I will post lots of photos of it, definitely.
Great.
But videos we'll see, is I think the honest answer to that. I mean, to be honest, I've got a massive backlog of other Ninjago blocks that I built ages ago that have never been yet on video. So
that's probably true. If you said you had 7 times 4.
Yes.
Yeah, I think maybe you put up 4 or 5, something like that.
I got to a certain point, and then when Ninjago moved up here, it was a lot more difficult to get each block out to do a video on it. And the next one, I'm one of these people that has to do things in chronological order. God help me, I don't know why. But the next one that I was supposed to do was the Lighthouse, which was all the way over there in the back corner. So it never got done, and that's why that never really continued.
Okay.
Sadly, I've got no excuse now though, because I can actually reach it.
Saltbrick is letting us know that using the mini dolls as mannequins is brilliant. So not only are you a master builder, you are also brilliant.
Apparently so, yes.
Very nice. Yeah, but I do agree. It is a great idea.
It's a bit of a kind of statement though about the minifigs are short and dumpy, and of course the mannequins compared are beautiful and slim, which is kind of what happens in shops.
Yeah, I get it.
In reality, isn't it?
Yeah. It does sort of transcend into the real world in a certain way. Yeah. So that's a great idea. I like that. One thing I've found is that most of the hair pieces from the mini dolls do fit nicely, but
Yes.
there are some which just it doesn't fit for one reason or another. But mostly it fits well.
I've already given a load of mini dolls to a friend at my Lego user group who loves mini dolls. She doesn't mind that they arrive bald.
No, she can. She's got extra hair, maybe.
She has extra hair to do things with, so yes.
Yeah, I also have. I think it's right here actually. My little box of mini dolls with no hair. Right here.
You do it as well. I'm glad it's not just me.
No. But it's true. It is those beautiful dresses and such. Many of them.
And some of the the friends and the other sets that come with mini dolls, I really enjoy the building of them. But as I say, I don't really do anything with the dolls otherwise. So
no,
it kind of felt good to actually use them for something.
And I think there's a there's something about the aesthetics of the friend sets which makes it a bit difficult to fit it right in if you have a city with modulars in it.
Can be, yeah.
But then again, you can do whatever. It's Lego. It's your.
Well, see, one of the reasons I love Ninjago is it's all higgledy-piggledy. You can build what on earth you like, and nothing looks everything looks wrong against everything else. But that's the whole point.
But then it looks right because everything's wrong.
Exactly. So, whilst I do enjoy the look of a lot of the commercially available modulars, I'm not. As I say, I've only built two modular style buildings of my own. And as soon as I started building Ninjago modulars, whatever, it was a case of, I must more enjoy this than doing regular modulars. So I never really did anymore.
I've tried to build one of those Ninjago modulars. I actually found it pretty difficult.
Yes, I think the biggest trick is if you can, and it can be quite difficult at times, stick rigidly to the sort of informal standard that they've got.
Yeah. So
because as soon as you start wandering off that, you'll find that you can only put certain buildings next to each other, or because things don't line up, or if you stray completely out of the airspace, if you like, of a 32 by 32 base plate.
Yeah.
Particularly at the sides that would join something else.
Yeah.
You're then stuffed because you can't butt them up together. And that's no different to regular modulars, really. But
indeed,
I suppose the regular modular standard is a bit more well known than the Ninjago one, which was really only obviously we've got what came with Ninjago City, the gardens and the docks.
Yeah.
But excuse me, that piece has gone on the floor. Can't be bothered to pick it up.
Well, that's good. That's where most pieces seem to end up at some point, isn't it?
I'm not playing your flipping game where I go and sort my pieces and they end up on the carpet.
I don't have that game. That's Lego Maniac.
You and Mr. Maniac.
Yeah.
But no, so we got that sort of de facto standard, and then also there's was it the Brothers Brick did a collaboration at one show somewhere.
Yeah, I remember that. It was brilliant, actually.
Which is where, and then they then published the standard quotes.
Yeah.
Which, of course, I could have inferred from looking at Ninjago City, but I didn't at that point.
But having it in that way makes it a bit easier, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of, the light bulb moment was like, oh, okay, if I do it like that, it will fit together. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I've not looked back, really, so.
I just finished step 7. Ooh.
34. Come on, Joe.
Yeah, well, I just had to put in about 1 billion tiles. So
you have probably had to do more tiling than I have, yes. This is my progress so far.
I'm sorry?
This is my progress so far. It's not huge.
Oh, but it is good. So all right. So you're building the base plate too.
Because it's all different pieces. It's not
it's not one plate. Oh,
no.
Okay.
So what are your plans for your city? I've done enough talking. You can do a bit now.
Well, you talk so nicely. So I just enjoy listening. Now, the plans for my city. Well,
one at a time.
Yeah, one step at a time. Right now, it is finishing up the last details of the station.
Yes,
of course. And
are you excited to have trains again?
I'm excited to have trains, period. It's been about, I don't know, 20 years since I did anything with trains.
Well, that's why I did say again. I knew you had them in the past.
Yeah, I've had it. Yeah, that's true. In my life as such, I have had trains. That's true. But with my current period of building Lego, I've not had my trains out, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to put it in a city. I think it does add some of that dynamic.
Yes.
Sort of movement, which is very hard to get in other ways. Again, Robin Hood Bricks has made some interesting stuff using the great ball contraptions as a part of a factory, for instance, and stuff like that, which makes a lot of sense, and is a great way to get some of all that, dynamic movement.
I think you mean it makes a lot of noise.
also that. But I do think it adds. It's one of the things once I did watch a lot of Minecraft, where people build stuff too, and they had the same problem because that's also a static thing, Minecraft. Yeah. So adding any kind of movement, was considered sort of always, sort of. That's going one step beyond if you can do something like that. So
it's very much display if you've got no movement, rather than looking a bit more vibrant and lifelike, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's something I'm looking forward to with the trains, to have some kind of movement. That's going to be good.
Nice.
I am also sorry. Just have to focus. Here.
Carriage of No Return has just arrived.
Oh, hello, Carriage of No Return. Hello, all. Only just arrived and can only be here for a short time. I know that Jacob is building, but what is Caz building, please?
I am building Story of Nyan.
Story of Nyan. Nyan.
Big pussycat.
It's
this is one I think that's going to end up as a parts pack for some part of Ninjago. Because it's just, as I was saying to Jacob before we started, it's really just a facade. There's just a wall.
Yeah.
And the Nyan character out the front and some minifigs, and it's lovely. But I don't have. I'm running out of space enough to display things that go with either of the theme things that I do build. So I'd rather just turn it into something that will be suitable for Ninjago, I think.
For what you are actually doing.
Yeah. Well, I usually build. If I'm planning to take something apart later, I will build it once just to see what it's like. Always.
So always some techniques to be gleaned or something. So once I've added the train station, of course, there should be some kind of step beyond that. But I'm not entirely sure. I have some ideas for. A mock modular. I'm not completely sure. I do have, for some reason, at some point, I managed to get 10 of the 16 by 32 base plates in dark gray.
Oh yeah, nice.
At a thrift store, so they were very cheap. Also, so I bought all of them, and I am thinking, much like. Was it the pet shop?
Yes.
It was sort of divided in two. And I was thinking doing something like that, making half modulars.
Yeah.
Because you sort of, you more quickly get to a point where you can do something new if you only have to do half of it.
Yes, I see your point there, yeah.
So that's something I've been thinking about doing. I did have, when you start, if you're using modular buildings, the official sets. Carriage of No Return has never seen your set before. I believe it's a Chinese New Year's set.
Yeah, I think it was 2021's Chinese New Year set, I think.
And they in principle, they start out exclusively being sold in China, but a few months later, you can buy them across the world. As far as I know,
I don't think it's even months now. I think it's a few weeks.
Oh, it's a few weeks, but back then.
I'm just going to mute so I can open some more bags.
All right, I'll keep on telling. So I do have some ideas for building some half modulars, if you will. And the thing is, when you're trying to include, or when you're using official modular buildings in your city, you of course, there are stuff that's there. So if you buy the police station modular building, you have a police station. So why build a mock police station when you have that one? And if you buy the diner, for instance, which is the one I'm building now, why build a diner? Not that there can't be two, but you know, if you have one, no reason really to build another. So you know, figuring out what actually you want to build within that sort of those limitations, not necessarily too easy, because there's what is there 15 modulars at this point? Not that I have all of them. Not that I have all of them, but you know. So I'm thinking about maybe a post office, which is something I haven't seen in a modular version yet. Not an official one, at least. So that's something I might do. I can't find a tile. Oh, I can.
Why not?
Here we go. So that's something I have been wondering if I should do. I've also sort of been wondering if there's anything sort of uniquely Danish that I could do for the city, because that might be fun. But I've yet to come up with something where I'm thinking, that's a great idea. We do have an old type of inn that's called a kro, but basically it's just an old-timey restaurant, if you will.
You'll have to pave your streets with Dannebro.
That's the Danish flag. Indeed. Vanessa Adams, so glad you're back, Jacob. Love your builds, and you always crack me up. Well, thank you very much, Vanessa. Great to see you. And Carrot No Return says, I've never seen that one before. Again. Did you say that twice? Or am I just getting confused about the chat?
I think you've just said it twice.
I've said it twice. Oh, but thank you, Vanessa. Great to see you. Oh, Legalomaniac. Hey, friends. Checking in from my phone. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Yes, thank you very much, Legalomaniac. Great to see you here, my friend. I hope you are also having a great weekend. Legalomaniac, of course, is a regular streaming partner of mine. We've done lots of live streams. Previously, we did a long live stream together, or mostly he was streaming. I was just there to annoy him mostly.
So you got fed up and decided to have a new guest.
Well, maybe I did actually invite Legalomaniac, but maybe he didn't have time. Who knows? You
mean I'm your second choice, Jacob?
No, not necessarily.
I'm crushed.
Carrot No Return says, I agree with what you said, Jacob, about always building a set, because there's always a new technique or example of nice parts usage to marvel at. Post office, they used to be around in the 1980s. Yeah, that's a thing. You know, I remember vividly that every other new city set or town or whatever it was called back then was a post office or a post car, you know, a mail car. But today, I remember there was a mail plane, you know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was a small mail aeroplane. But other than that, I haven't seen any post office. And I think, you know, I love the bookshop modular. It's a brilliant, very, very beautiful. I really love it. But how on earth did they end up building a bookshop before they built a post office? I mean, it doesn't really make too much sense to me, but anyway, that's just how it turned out. So post office, I think it's such a Lego thing. I mean, it should be there. So was there I think a couple of years ago there was a sticker sheet that was sold separately, or several sticker sheets.
Yes.
In a package, and I believe actually there was some post office stuff in that one as well.
There was. I do have it myself, actually.
I do have it as well, but I don't know where right now. But anyway. And Legramine says, he replaced me so quickly. I'm sorry. But when you don't have the time, Mr. Man, what am I doing wrong here? Or am I doing anything? No, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing it right. So yeah, post office is definitely something I'm looking into. And then, of course, something uniquely Danish. I don't know why or what it should be, but I'll figure it out at some point. Brooks Briggs, hello, dropping in to say a quick hello for a bit. Yes, hello, Brooks Briggs. Great to see you, my friend. Good to have you with us. I'm building a diner, and Caz is building the Nian party.
Story of Nian.
Story of Nian. Is that the waving cat thing, actually?
No, that's Nian, the sort of dragon thing, or is it I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows anything?
It looks like a cross between a dragon and a unicorn. It has a horn on top.
Dragon, and just let us. I'm switching around the picture. Yes, lots of teal and gold and orange. That's an interesting color scheme, at least. I do like that.
Yeah, dark orange, teal, and gold, and some dark red. And it hangs a lantern from its tail. As you do.
I was just about to say, as you do. So, isn't that something you do in England?
Hang things from our tails. Well, if we have tails, probably, but those of us that don't feel a bit deficient.
So yeah, and then of course you know very well that I have been trying to build my Lego city from bricks that I've sort of sourced, used secondhand, usually from thrift and secondhand stores. And now that I have lots more space, I'm realizing that that's probably not going to cut it.
No.
And I'm also realizing more and more that when you buy stuff like that, you end up having a lot of bricks that you don't need. So you end up, needing a lot of storage. And even though I do have this new wonderful Lego room, I'm actually not sure I can actually store all that in the long run. So I may shift strategies at some point, just because.
Also, I know it's a noble sort of goal to build from secondhand bricks and everything, but sometimes you make compromises because that's what you've got.
Yeah.
And if you just say, well, okay, I need these specialized things. I'm going to go and buy these specialized things from our friend Bricklink or wherever.
Yeah.
You end up making a much better mock because you've got the bits that you really wanted to use.
And that is also something I have been thinking about.
Yes.
That exactly. Because.
Or you can go down the route of, okay, well, I'll buy modular buildings, but then I'll make a mock from just the pieces in that set.
Indeed.
That's quite a big challenge, I think. I've never actually done it myself.
I think
with just the pieces in the set. I've used loads of sets as the basis for something new.
Sure.
But if you say strictly, I am not going to buy anything else, I'm just going to use the parts in this set. Again, sometimes you end up making compromises that aren't great, but it is a great way to get your building skills going, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think, I've been working on my train station for a while now. And hello, Ingrid Wynn. Welcome. And what's a bit strange is set 6100 airport starter set from 2016 that has Oh, that has a male helicopter.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did it? All right. What was I saying? What was I saying? I was saying something about... Carriage of No Return is leaving. Bye all. I need to disappear now. Sorry, I couldn't be here longer. It's surprisingly relaxing to watch others build and listen to the chat. Enjoy the rest of the bank holiday, Caz and other UKers. Great to see you. What? Sorry?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. You are speaking French, which is good. Have a wonderful evening, Carriage of No Return. It's great to have you here. And Carriage of No Return is a regular viewer here on Brick Bakery. Much appreciated, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? I was saying something quite interesting, but I cut myself off. That's stupid.
I won't say I wasn't listening because I was, but I've forgotten.
I've forgotten what it was all about.
Oh, my mind is so short term.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. I'm pretty sure.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have plans to revisit Scarebeck this year?
Indeed, that is my goal for this year.
Excellent.
I am probably not going to do the whole interview thing.
No.
Which I did previous years, but I am going to go there. Of course, I will probably be bringing a camera, but it'll be a much more sort of relaxed and sort of informal thing for me.
Are you going to stay, or are you coming for the day?
I'm coming for the day. That's Saturday. Saturday will be the day that I'm there, and I'm gonna stay most of the day probably, but I'm not gonna stay all weekend. I can't fit that in, but I would love to at some point,
Yeah.
It would be fun. It seems like you people do have fun when you're there. So
indeed, yes. Well, I'm hoping to be there again this year.
Yeah. Oh, so we'll meet up. That's good.
Yes.
Interesting.
A few potentially exciting things going on. I don't know if I can say anything about them or not.
But... that sounds very exciting. Sounds half official. And very secret.
Semi-official capacity, shall we say.
Okay. Can you tell me, if I guess something, can you tell me if I'm wrong?
I expect I can do that, yes. Jacob, you're wrong.
That's good. Yeah, finally. I knew it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm doing this wrong as well. I can't put these bricks on the right way around.
You can't put bricks on?
No, getting them the wrong way round.
It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Doing this for years and now you can't. So you've built your Mars thing, and Lego has just, I think, announced wave 2 of their, space exploration series. Are you going to do another display with those, or no? All right.
No, very emphatic no. I like them, but they're sufficiently different to the stuff that I bought heavily into.
Yeah.
That display there's literally no more room for anything else on there, so that's done, finished. And none of the new stuff that they brought out really is sufficiently different in terms of the color schemes and whatnot that it wouldn't go with any of the other stuff. So I'm happy that they've done it, but this time I think I'm going to sit it out.
Yeah. And I think
I might buy one, but if I can find some going very cheap at some point, I might get them for parts, but I won't keep them for another space mock.
No, all right. I think from what I've seen, the first wave was it was kind of realistic. It had sci-fi elements, but I think this newer wave is even more heavy on the sci-fi element.
Well, that's weird because it is actually supposed to tie in with the NASA Artemis missions, so they are allegedly quite realistic.
In what capacity are they realistic?
Well, more realistic, I suppose, in terms of some of the shapes of things and spacesuit designs, and I don't know.
Oh, okay, in that way. All right. Yeah. Well, it was just to me. I've only looked at it briefly, so I might be completely wrong. But to me, it does seem that they are a little more science fictiony than what was previously. But it's not a problem as such. It's just something I noticed, which to me at least makes it maybe a bit more difficult to to integrate with. What? Can it?
So you're not going to have an off-world moon area right in your city somewhere?
No. 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 Probably not.
Probably not.
No, but I would have, I would have loved to hang something from the ceiling.
Yeah.
But the ceiling down here is very, very, loose. It's
dodgy.
very sorry.
Dodgy.
Yeah. So whenever you put something on the ceiling, there's a good chance it'll come back down again. Not from the glue, or whatever you stick on there, but from the ceiling giving in to the weight. And besides that, I've added a layer of silicate paint, which is chalk based.
Right.
Which doesn't it sort of it lays it's sort of on top of the layer of what do you call that? Spackle? Is that what it's called?
Plaster?
Yeah. Well, it's not. Yeah. Well, plaster, and then there's a layer of paint, and that layer of paint, it doesn't bind to the plaster. So if you put something on the ceiling, it's just the paint holding it.
Yikes.
If it's a sticker, for instance, it's just the paint holding it, and that's that's problematic if you want to put something that weighs anything.
Yeah.
So there are some limitations unless you put 10 centimeter screws, and I'm not going to do that for a space station.
Oh, we have Doc Sampson and Brick Pasta in house.
Oh, hello, Doc and Brick Pasta. Good afternoon. Wonderful to see you folks. Yeah, Brick Pasta, also a long-time viewer of my channel. That's for sure. And good to see you all. Good to see you all. So you are going to the SFW this year. Are you going to any other Lego events?
Yes, I've been to. I've done a big show in. I've done 2 big shows actually this year already.
Ooh.
And survived.
And survived too.
Survived without getting the Rona.
Oh, in that way, all right.
Which is more than some people who went to the same shows that I was at.
Oh, all right.
Including some folks who I was sharing a car with on a long.
So you were pretty lucky, it seems.
4.5-hour journey. Like,
wow.
So, yes, I did. At the end of February, I went to Manchester for Bricktastic.
Bricktastic, all right.
Which hasn't been on for a few years. And then end of April, early May, I was at Discovery Brick Show in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
I think my next one is Mowbray Bricks, which is held at a school for special needs pupils in Bedale, which is kind of Yorkshire way.
Yorkshire way, all right.
Yorkshire way, and that's on for a weekend, and that's middle of July, I think.
Okay. So you actually that's 5 or 6 this year.
That'll be
7.
Be 4. What? How many?
No.
Well, I count 4 so far. I don't know where you got the other 3 from.
Caz.
Shall we consult my brick badge for the year?
You should. Doc Sampson says Caz, and then he claps. So it seems that he is very interested. Ooh.
So far, Bricktastic.
Yeah.
And Discovery Bricks, and they're the only 2 that I've got.
And then you had 2 or 3 more planned, and SFW as well?
I've got one more in the works, and SFW.
That's good.
At the moment.
Very good.
But I might do 1 or 2 more, if they'll only be sort of smallish ones, but we shall see. The old Rona is the issue still, despite what many people think. So
it seems that Ingrid Wynn has caught something, not the Rona, but something. I hope you'll get better soon, Ingrid. Hope you'll get better soon.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's always annoying being sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I did both of those big shows with a mask on all weekend. And yeah, I felt like a turkey, but I didn't catch anything. And lots of people who didn't wear a mask all weekend did catch things.
Yeah, so
I'm quite happy to wear a mask if that's what it takes. You know?
Indeed. So have you sort of sensed any difference going back out there? Are people more careful? Or?
No. People have just given up here. They think it's all over and they're acting like normal, most people.
Yeah, well.
I mean, even like two months ago, last time I did a really big shop at my big supermarket. I've been doing smaller ones at a different place in between.
Sure.
I would say last time I went about 2 months ago, I would say probably 80 to 85% of people were wearing masks.
All right.
And when I went last weekend, there was about 5% wearing masks.
It's just.
And I was one of those 5%.
So you were actually pulling up the percentages.
Yes.
It is amazing. You know, it was almost 2 years that we were doing the whole thing, and magically people seems to have forgotten or ignoring it or something. Yeah, but that's the way it is. That is the way it is. So, are you enjoying the Jubilee?
I don't wish the Queen ill, but I'm no particular fan, so I haven't really watched much of it.
No.
I've been too busy dusting Ninjago, frankly.
Seems very sensible.
Yes.
Seems very sensible. There we go. So
I did get to see some of the airplanes on the way to the fly past because they flew over my house.
Oh. So you had a royal visit almost.
Almost, yes.
Almost. So do you have any plans of buying any of the new summer sets that's coming out?
Yeah, I don't know when, but I mean, I've still not managed to get my hands on the botanicals, the orchids, and the succulents yet. So that's kind of.
Oh, you're into that.
Ahead of that in the queue.
Okay.
But then, yeah, there are 1 or 2. I'm just trying to think which ones. Let me have a look on my wish list.
Oh, you have a wish list?
Well, only on the Lego website.
Oh, in that way. All right. Yeah, sure. So regale us with your stories.
How about you? What are you going to go for, if anything?
I'm getting the Viking ship.
Well, of course.
Definitely. That's a must-have.
You wouldn't be one of the fjord dwellers otherwise, would you?
Indeed. I mean, how can I? Oh, DJ Lego Studios. Hello, man. Yes, hello there. Welcome to this Saturday evening live stream. With me is Caz from BlockheadUK, and we're talking about what summer sets we're going to get. And I've just told everybody that I need that Lego Viking ship, not the Marvel one, but the Creator 3-in-1 thing. I think that one is great, and it matches very well with the live streams that I usually do with Mr. Lego Lemaniac, who was here briefly, I think, maybe half an hour ago. So that's what I'm going to get, at least. Have you found your wish list?
I think the new ones that are on my wish list are Buzz Lightyear's spaceship.
Oh, yeah.
The Downtown Noodle Shop looks quite fun.
Downtown Noodle Shop. Oh, I don't remember that one.
Oh, yeah. It's a Creator 3-in-1 thing.
Is it? Keep it there. Oh yeah, that looks like fun. It looks like something that will fit well in your Ninjago stuff.
The 3-in-1s actually do provide. I mean, it's pretty good value. It's only 40 quid.
Indeed.
Some nice colours and plenty of mock potential.
Mock potential.
Yes. I'm sure I'll think of something else eventually, but that's the current thinking.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think. Oops. The 3-in-1 sets are usually very good. There's usually at least one I'd love to have. So that's
good. I definitely used one for a Ninjago block a couple of years ago. The one where there was there a pet shop and a toy shop or something? I can't remember now what they were supposed to be, but there was definitely a pet shop involved because I've got a pet shop in Ninjago.
Oh yeah, the one with there was sort of a red ladder thing on the windows.
Yes, that's the one. Yes. Yeah. So we used that to build several different bits for Ninjago City, and and I also that was another example where it was an open backed thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I didn't get 2 sets of it, but I had enough bricks to fully enclose that apartment, and then build a duplicate one in a different color scheme. So they stacked on top of each other on a different Ninjago block to be some accommodation. And I built that one quite a while ago actually now, so that was definitely worth it. But those go for, you can get reasonable discounts on those, maybe 30% off, something like that.
Yeah, you can.
To just say, okay, I'm going to wait and not run into getting it quickly.
Ingrid Wynn is reminding us that prices will be going up soon.
There is that, yes.
But I don't know if it seems that it's not a blanket thing. There are sets that will remain reasonably priced, shall we say?
Yeah.
But it is true. There has been news about prices going up. Well,
but in the one breath they say prices are going up, and the next breath they say, look at all these profits we made.
Yeah, well, maybe that's last year, and prices going up is this year. I don't know. Inevitably, they will go up prices, if nothing else, just because of regular inflation. So that's it is something that will happen once in a while.
Yes.
Once in a while. Yeah. So at least the Viking ship, and I'm also definitely going to get the what's the in Danish is the Hyggelig Hotel. It's the new modular.
Oh, the boutique hotel.
The boutique hotel,
which
is wonderful. I see you have it in your city.
Jeg har bygget det i spejlet. Does that make sense?
So you mirrored it.
I did. I'm glad you understood what I meant.
Yeah. In Danish, mirrored would be spejlvendt.
Spejlvendt.
Yeah, spejlvendt. Yeah. I see that. It's true. It's turned the wrong way.
Because it fitted better that way round, overlooking that lot. I mean, sure. Now it's a bit moot because I'm probably moving it anyway, but.
And Brooks love the hotel, boutique hotel. Yeah, I do like that one too. It is a very neat one. So did you manage to get that at a discount too?
When did I get that? I don't think I paid full price for it. I can't remember when I got it though.
I was lucky enough to run into a 20% discount for the latest 2 modulars I bought.
Good.
And I also had some store credit actually for one of them. Ooh. So that ended up not being too expensive. Still a bit expensive, more expensive than I would like. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Spend the money.
Spend the money. Spend it all. It seems like
the wall is going up.
Sorry?
The wall is going up.
Oh, I like that. I do like the detail with those fences. Well, hello. Hey. But I do like the detail with those red fences as windows.
Yeah.
It is a neat piece, I think. Seems there. Yeah. I'm just hoping that I'll restart my sentence. Sorry. What?
We say, as we say in English, put your teeth in, dear.
Yeah, thank you. I will. No, what I was trying to say is they did. Lego made a castle 3-in-1.
Yes.
Last year.
I might have 2 copies of that sitting in the cupboard.
You might.
I might.
All right, that's a good one then. But I for some reason haven't gotten around to getting that one yet. But it's definitely the one I would love to have too. It's not a summer set from this summer, but I do like it a lot.
Yes.
It's on one hand, it's very nice to get that. That they're actually doing stuff that's very reminiscent of what we had when we were children way back when. But then again, sorry?
You were a child?
Once. There was a time. There was a time. It's a ways back, but there was a time. But anyway, it's interesting. It's cool enough that they are doing stuff like that because you're getting stuff that you sort of remember. But when you do it in a 3-in-1 set, you get I get the idea that it's probably not going to be a series. It's not going to be several sets. All right, they did the blacksmith thing, but that doesn't seem to be sort of, it's not a.
Well, are there not rumours of another big castle coming soon?
Are there rumours of that?
Well, the 90th anniversary set has been allegedly voted on, and there's much speculation about what it will be.
And it would make sense for that to be a castle, sort of homaging the yellow castle.
Well, I don't know about yellow. I think it's going to be more likely to be more likely the actual castle factions.
Oh, all right. That will be interesting.
The rumors go. I mean, I don't know anything concrete.
You don't know anything concrete?
No.
Oh, well, I ththought you were a mason.
No.
Did I?
I'm gonna go silent because, well, I can't top that, and I need to open more bags.
Yeah, all right. I think, by the way, we are sort of approaching the end of tonight's stream. I've nearly done step 1 in this diner, and that was my goal for this evening. Are you going to be building? Is there a holiday for you in England on Monday?
No, we've had. Normally, we have a bank holiday on a Monday, but this weekend we've had Thursday and Friday as a bank holiday. Today and tomorrow is a regular weekend or part of the bank holiday weekend, and then next Monday is normal Monday.
Okay. All right, because we have. Is it called
Whitsun.
Whitsun. That's on Monday, so there's a day off.
Yeah, well, in the UK, we normally have a bank holiday the last Monday of May.
Last Monday of May. Okay.
As well as the first Monday of May. Don't ask me why they're two. So don't know why they're so close together. But because the Queen's Jubilee fell the next weekend after the last Monday of May, the last Monday of May was not a bank holiday, and it moved to the Thursday in the same week.
Okay.
Instead.
Sounds complicated.
Friday was an extra. Well, I can't remember which one was the moved one and which one was an extra, but we got the extra one for the Jubilee as well. So we've had 2 bank holidays in the last week, which is unheard of, really.
Oh, are these pieces of bacon? I like that. All right. So you're not. So Monday is off. This Monday.
Monday is normal.
Monday is normal. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Why are you off then, are you?
I'm having the day off. Yeah, it's wonderful. Probably I'll be doing some work on the house. As you know, I moved into an old house which needs work. I've been doing some. Well, that would be plastering, but plaster to me, if you're using stone-based materials like cement or concrete, is it still plastering?
Right. Is it still? Don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm no building expert.
You should be. Come on.
If you're asking for, well, I can do Lego building, but that's it. If you're asking for English semantics, the answer is God knows.
All right. Well, I've been doing some masonry work.
Yes, that works.
And I am. I don't know if I'll continue that, but it is something that is.
Robin Hull says it's rendering. And we're not talking about video rendering. You're right. It is rendering.
Is that what's it called?
Rendering tends to be what's on the outside, I think. But yeah.
Indeed, and it is outside the stuff I'm doing, so it does seem to be right. Well, thank you, Robin Hall, and thank you for dropping by. It's great to see you, my friend. Yeah, so that's maybe something I'm doing, but as it is a holiday or a day off on Monday, I'll probably go somewhere for ice cream.
Ooh, ice cream sounds good.
We do have wonderful ice cream here in Denmark.
Can I come?
Sure, if you can make it all the way over here, you're very welcome to join us.
By Monday, maybe not.
Yeah, by Monday. It seems, you have a car.
I have to put the, yeah, right.
Pedal to the metal, as they say. Or you could.
If I started driving now, I might still not get there in time. But,
it depends a bit on, what way you do. If you go to the tunnel, you'll probably be forever. But isn't there a crossing by ferry to Esbjerg?
No more, sadly.
No more. Oh, there once was.
There used to be, but it stopped in the 90s, I think. Which is a real bummer because it used to be Harwich to Esbjerg. Harwich is not far from where my parents live, so I could have gone and stayed with them before leaving.
Have sort of pit stop.
Esbjerg is a really easy drive from to Billund or wherever. So I'm very, very sad that there's no ferry there anymore.
I get that.
The only option now is either Dover Calais or Harwich to the Hook of Holland.
And Robin Hall explains, rendering is what you do when you're adding a surface to something like brickwork. And that is exactly what I have been doing. I have been adding a surface to something like brickwork. It wasn't brickwork. It was a concrete wall that needed a new surface. So I've been doing that. Which is
that sounds like quite a specialized thing.
No, I don't know.
I just slap it on any old house.
No, but the room in here, I did the same thing actually. The wall just behind me there, I did that as well. So it's not. I don't know. I would say that most people could probably do it. It's a question of trying.
Is this why you can't hang things on the wall?
No, the reason why I can't hang things on the wall is because. No, that's fine. I've added a layer about, I don't know, maybe less than a centimeter thick.
Yeah.
Which you could drill into easily, but behind that there's a concrete wall which has been mixed with flint, the very hard rock, which you can't drill through because they just splinter. They just go into pieces.
And let's face it, wherever you wanted to put something, there would be some flint.
There would be some flint. No, it's sort of 90% flint, I think. So yeah. Oh, is this going to be alternating? All right, okay, I get it. So that's why I can't add anything meaningful to the walls down here. In that way, at least. But it's all good.
Yep.
I can do other stuff.
At least you've got a nice big room now.
Indeed, instead of the small table thing I had going before, which is good. But that's what I've been doing this today. Actually, I've been rendering. Rendering. I'll try to remember that name. Rendering. It's good. And it's, for me, it's so closely connected to making videos. So I'm not sure I will remember it as a masonry thing.
Yeah.
Are you nearing the end of your build, or?
No, I've got loads of bags to go yet, so I might just carry on and amuse myself when you've gone.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I hope it's not too bad.
No. I mean, I'm quite used to doing that normally. So.
Do you know how many pieces there is in that set?
I could look it up. I don't know offhand.
Come on, you should know.
God, he expects me to be an encyclopedia.
Yeah, I do. Why aren't you? I mean, I do like this jukebox here.
Yes, it's good that. I like
it's very, very, very well done. Nice use of these Technic angle pieces here. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Indeed.
The answer, my friend,
is blowing in the wind.
1,067.
Oh, so it is pretty big, actually. A lot of small pieces, I guess.
Yeah. Indeed, you do.
So, while you're building it right now, are you coming up with some ideas for a Ninjago mock based on this? Or?
No, not really. I don't always. I mean, I might just sort of let it sit for a little bit, and then.
Whoa.
It's usually one or two pieces that I think, oh yes, I could use that for that.
Ah. So do you have a big storage?
Well, reasonably. I mean, it's not big by some people's standards, but if I can get my camera off without
I will
everything.
There we go.
So this is where I build. This is my computer. This is the only room I've got to build.
Yeah.
And it's sitting on top of.
Oh, your storage.
4 storage drawers.
So these
each drawer.
Ooh. That's a great idea. So you can take out each of these individually. Yes. Oh, that's very smart.
Some people do have inserts that don't come out, but it's much easier to just take one thing out, to either just leave it on top or tip it all out to find the thing you want or whatever. So, but it does mean you're spending almost as much money on storage bits as you are on the actual plastic to put in there.
Indeed, and that's one of the things where I with this new room, I'm definitely considering doing something with stack-ons, but stack-ons are pricey.
I mean, you can get things that aren't stack-ons that are cheap.
Yeah, well.
But with anything, if you think you're going to use it for any length of time, then actually it's still worth investing a little bit of money.
Yeah, getting good quality does.
Rubbish.
Yeah, getting good quality does mean something.
I mean, I think I got rid of some a while back, but I got some really cheap stack-on equivalents when I first started.
Yeah.
And they didn't last very long. They were really flimsy and awful. So
annoying.
Soon decided that they were not the thing to go with.
So Robin Hall is saying, my brother's new house in California is wood framed and wood clad. Then the builders spray a concrete finish into the wood and use a float to smooth it out. Okay, so they turned a wood looking house into a concrete looking house. That's interesting. And Brick Pastor is asking, will you be participating in the 72-hour stream? I didn't know there was such a thing going on, so my answer is no. Are you, Caz?
Well, actually, that's a good reminder. I have had an invitation from Buckchop, and then I promptly forgot about doing anything about it. So currently, the answer is no. It depends when it is. I might actually be away that weekend at the show.
It's the end of July.
End of July, maybe not then. I'll have a look. I'll have a look at the diary.
I am not invited, which is fine, by the way. So no. Jeff McElwee, evening, g'day. He says, welcome, my friend. Great to see you to this Saturday evening live stream. We are actually approaching the end of this evening's live stream. I built most of the first bags for the diner, and Caz is doing the Story of Neon set, which is a Chinese New Year's set, and she's not done at all. But I'm gonna end the stream anyway. I'm sorry, but
that's fine. I don't mind.
I was planning on doing the first step in this, and yeah. So are you going to participate in that live stream thing?
Well, yes, I'll certainly look at exactly when it is and what I'm doing. So I shall hope to do so.
You shall hope to do so. So it seems. Oh, I dropped a piece in the beginning, and I need that now. So just a moment.
Go grovel on the floor. I dropped a piece, but luckily I got one immediately in front of me in my storage, so I haven't needed to pick it up yet.
And the back. It was yeah, it was a see. I knew exactly. I could see it from where I was sitting, which is why I just left it. It's one of those see-through minifigure heads.
Oh yes.
Which I think is for a coffee machine thing. Which is pretty good. Pretty good. And the frying pan and the meat cleaver.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah. And you know, flashback to when Lego said they didn't want any weapons in their lineup.
It's a meat cleaver. It's for cleaving pigs.
It's for cleaving meat, which is cannot be weaponized in any way, shape, or form. I seem to know there. Always look inside of the bricks when you think you're missing something.
Look harder is always the mantra.
Yeah. Look more, look harder. I think I've had 2 sets where there was actually something missing, and Lego replaced it, no problem. You know, and I remember when I got the Sweet Surprises set, that candy shop thing.
Yeah.
There was some of those round windows, quarter circle windows, and they were scratched. And I emailed them, and they promptly sent me 2 new ones, which were also scratched. So I rang them, and he said, "Well, I'll send you 10 because at least 2 of them must show up not being scratched." But the funny thing about that is, every single one was scratched.
No.
Yes, they were. But not some of them very, very little. But you know, there were scratches on every single one of them.
That's terrible, isn't it?
It is. But anyway, Jacob, what's next after the fantastic train station? Asks Jeff McElwee. Well, we're just talking about that. I'm thinking starting a post office mock, but making half a building because I've got a load of those 16 by 32 base plates. So that's something I think I'll be looking into. I'm not 100% sure that's what I'll be doing, but right now, when you're asking me, then that's the way I'm gonna go, I think. But things might change. There's still another week, and there will be a video on Monday, I'm pretty sure, where I'm finishing off, or almost finishing off, the train station. I'm not sure I'll be making any more videos when I've done that one, because I am getting to a point where I'm finished. So it's not too interesting to see, you know, adding one detail here and another detail there, and then just.
When you have finished, can you add a little very quick sort of roundup of what's in the city already?
Sure. I was, yeah.
I mean, there may well not be enough to make a completely new video about it, but if you just put a little, oh, this is what it looks like in the city so far, then that's a good way of doing it, I think.
Either I'll make a separate video or I will do an end of video thing. I'm not 100% sure what I'll do, but I was thinking something like that, because I myself am losing my sort of overview. Ooh, there's a bubblegum machine too. That's very nice.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten about that.
You shouldn't forget. You must remember.
Well, funnily enough, half of the Ninjago things that I've built, I couldn't remember what was in them, and so taking each level apart to dust it thoroughly, I've been like, oh, that's what's in there.
That's true. Oh, this one. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I remember this.
Oh, that's actually quite good. I forgot I've done
that. Yeah, it's great that you can sort of surprise yourself in that way.
Oh, and then the other one, for the chocolate shop that I was telling you about, one of the Build a minifigure characters that was available probably last year, I think, for around Easter, was a minifigure in a chocolate coloured bunny suit. And I couldn't remember having bought one of these things at all. So I got a spare. I don't know if I've got one to show anybody, but the current one for Easter was there was like a slice of chocolate cake.
Yeah.
You know, like the pizza guy or the melon guy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. An
equivalent one with a slice of chocolate cake.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And I got a couple of spares of those, so I posted on my Lug forum. I said, "Oh, has anybody got a chocolate bunny to swap for one of these chocolate slices of cake?"
Yeah.
And I didn't hear anything because people were busy or doing whatever.
Sure.
And then, blow me down, I was dusting and forgotten completely that I'd bought a chocolate bunny and it was sitting inside the fancy dress shop. I don't need it. I've got a bunny already. No,
I don't know. Sorry, I don't need it anymore. I found something I can use instead.
Fortunately, I didn't have any offers. Somebody said they might have one, but they'd have to look for it. So it wasn't like I was going, I need this bunny now. Get me the bunny. But yeah, it was like, oh, well, and I said, that teach me for basically making full interiors for every mock and then shutting it up and never looking at it again.
Oh, well, I'm done for today. This was step one. And Jeff McElwee is asking if it will be another tribute. Now, there were post offices earlier in LEGO, and I am definitely going to check out some of the older ones to see if I can get some inspiration. But I don't know exactly what it will be. But yeah, thank you, Caz, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, let's see how far you got. You got
this is
most of the wall.
Bag 3.
Bag 3. Most of the wall seems to be done. Hello.
Hello.
And then you need to do the dog thing, the dragon dog thing.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, it was great to have you here, Caz. Great to hear an update about your city and such. That was good fun. So yeah, and to all of you others, there will be a video on Monday, and of course there will be other live streams. So stay tuned and keep an eye out for everything. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.